Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. MrRecon here. We have another Girls X Battle 2 video for you guys. Today I'm going to be covering Blair. I know that she's been out for a while. Well, not really, about a month or so. But I wanted to see what we could get done with her before I made a video on her. So, once again, this is going to be PvE only. I know we haven't had many of those girls that I've covered that I say that they're only good for PvE. Tried her in PvP, not really worth anything. But in PvE, she is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to go over her skills, her gears, crystals, antiques, and the limit breaks, and we'll go from there. And then we'll try and show some screenshots of fights and stuff like that. All right. So first off, we got our skills. So first active is deals 456% of attack damage to the enemy with the lowest HP, dealing an additional 10% of target's maximum HP damage to the target, not exceeding 1,500 of own attack. Stacks moon dust for 3 rounds. The moon dust is skill effect when dealing active skill or basic attack. She will additionally deal the same attack once to the enemy, stacked with moon dust, and changes 104% of the damage dealt into her own HP. DOTs not included. Does not stack. So, essentially, she does a lot of damage off her active, and then she does an additional by their maximum HP. So we're going to get into earlier, but the crystal you want to use here then is attack, because you get your attack as high as possible so that your cap on that 1500% goes higher than you would normally if you just left her at her normal attack, if you didn't really bump it up any. And then of course the moon dust, whatever it's on and deals damage, it heals herself, which is really great in PvE because you can put her in like the F1 slot, let her take the damage, and she just heals right back up again. So it's great, but you got to be careful, you know, depending on what you're facing, because it could just end up killing her. So all right, next up, our first passive, we're gonna have attack increases by 35%, which is great. We want that, right? Crit increases by 35%. Crit damage increases by 50%. Both of those are great. That's awesome. Speed increases by 60. Don't really think that's useful for her, but I guess it's good in a way because we want her to go faster than our Estels. So, and then control immunity increases by 30%. That's nice, depending on what we're facing, right? All right, next passive. When dealing active skill or basic attack, deals 50% poison damage for 2 rounds. When active skill or basic attack crits, deal an additional 50% bleed damage for 2 rounds after she defeats an enemy. Stack moon dust on 1 random enemy for 3 rounds and increase own armor break for 100% for 3 rounds. So, essentially, whenever she attacks, she puts the poison marks on, and when she does a crit, she does bleed. You're usually doing a crit 100% most of the time. I don't think I have a 100% crit for her, but she's pretty close. So, she's usually always critting, so you're always usually doing both of those. You're always putting bleed and poison on, essentially. So, and then with the moon dust, PvE, I mean, Guildbot 61, but the rest of them, like in Sky Island, they got so much health. You're not really triggering that last part where I give you armor break for 100% for 3 rounds. So it's kind of a useless skill that's not really used on her as much. So it's kind of sad to see. It'd be kind of nice if they were to rework that, but it's not going to happen. But and then of course Moon Dust is saying that poison and bleed is just damage over time. All right. Last one, ladies and gentlemen. Basic attack changes to deal 180% of attack damage to the enemy with the lowest HP and stacks moon dust on target for 3 rounds. So she's always targeting the girl with the lowest HP, which is nice, right? You can also manipulate her in different fights on PvE. You can give her the lowest health. So that way, if they're targeting the lowest health or highest attack, you can give them both of them for her to manipulate that. That way, she takes the damage and she just heals herself up on her basics and active attacks and stuff like that. And I'm going to show this real quick. See, I got her crit at 77% and her crit damage 125. So she's usually critting, which is nice. So we're pretty good on that aspect of her being able to always heal herself and doing that bleed and poison, you know, getting all that on there for helping with Estel. She does damage great on her own, but she's mostly, you're trying to do damage and help support your Estels do extra damage, essentially. That's what she's doing. All right, next up we have gears. So I do a 3-1 split. I found this to be the best. I might in the future, if I ever get like pink 3 assassin gear, whenever I get to it at some point, it's gonna be a long time, but I will try that and see maybe increasing it to where she gets her active off more. If we have other assassins that are good in PvE, like Linky, she's always going to be used. So those two paired together, triggering, they might be able to get actives more often, giving themselves energy. So we'll have to wait and see on that. That's going to be a while, though. But of course, Nebula Cores, attack. I tried crit damage. It wasn't working out that great, but the moment I started giving her more attack, she's able to help the team out more than just other ways to just damage. So it was really good. So I recommend doing attack. If you want to try other things like crit damage, you could try armor break attack too as well. But this is what I worked for it. Before it was attack, it was crit damage and crit, but I accidentally switched it to attack. So yeah, that's my bad. I should have switched to speed attack. But I wasn't thinking. All right, and then, of course, you can run Thorn's Heart. There's other things you can run, like Soul Destruction, but I don't like that it doesn't have... It has a bunch of extra attack on it, by 2% only. And the precision can be turned into attack as well. But I want that extra crit, the 15% from her. So that's what I was going for. You can also put, to get extra crit if you want, you can put Blair in Sky Island in the crit area. I think I took her out. I might put her back in there, but... you can, that way if you're having trouble with getting crit chances in your school excursion, I should say. I don't know if I said Sky Island or not. I don't know what I did. But school excursion, I should repeat this. If you need higher crit on her, you can put her in school excursion in there and help her with that. Of course, we got our nice skin. I think it's too green, but it's nice. Gets you HP, attack, and crit. All of those are good. A little bit extra health to keep her alive. The attack is the main point we want here, and that crit is also another main point. So this is a good skin for her. I like it. Of course, when we go to limit breaks. So limit breaks... we're going to do a 2-2, 3-2-2. Now, sometimes, depending on the bosses, if I don't want her attack to be higher because she's dying quick or something, I might like switch one of these to the speed or the health, the first one. That's the only time that's changing. Otherwise, it's 2, 3, 2, 2. But the first one, sometimes I will switch between the other two that are there just in case I have a problem with her surviving. So I'm taking away some of that attack, but... in the long run, it might be more beneficial sometimes. Sometimes it's not, but you just have to plug and play sometimes. But majority of the time, it's 2-2-3-2-2. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to, I guess, kind of show like one fight and then maybe show some screenshots of how good she does, kind of stuff like that. I'll show on that. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. And let's go into the tests. All right, ladies and gentlemen. A little predicament here. Blair is not really good in the Holly team. Per se for this Sky Island. I know Sky Island's probably going to change in the future, so whenever you are in Sky Island, when we get it back, they'll probably do it. I wish it was permanent, but they're just kind of teasing us every time. Blair works with some and doesn't. Like, she's okay in Teresa. She's really bad in Holly. Unless Mika's gone, then she's great. And then, of course, she is great against Blair herself. So that's that. On Practical Works, I might have some screenshots to show you of that, but overall, she does great in Practical Works. Gilbot 61, she's actually, sometimes I've had her do more damage than the Jonas, which I didn't think was happening, but she's really good in Gilbot 61. Her and Jonah are great working together. And then, of course, yeah, that's all I got for on that. And, of course, other Sky Islands, we'll have to see what they do good, if they're good together. But Estel and Blair are a really great combo for PvE. We're going to show a fight right here on this. I don't believe I haven't optimized the girls. Probably some of them are missing some stuff. And what am I missing? This, I believe. Yes, we're doing this. Okay. So, and then, of course, we want the Hunter Pet. Holly's like this really weird kind of combo you have to do with the teams. So, we'll watch about a couple rounds, see her do damage. I'll slow it down when I know it's about to be here. Oh, wrong person. I guess I don't have enough damage on the 11 million. She didn't crit, which is unfortunate. And our Estel's going to die because the problem is that the Blair has more health than the Estel. That's why. But normally here you'd hope that your Blair would have more damage. Let's see if we can get a... See 31 million there. So we're just going to go ahead and skip this. We have to remember... these are like buff version of the girls. We're like on level 8 on Blair now. So she's really tough. But we got 808 million damage. Of course, the Estels would do more damage. This isn't optimized. I have some stuff switched around. I would make the Blair on this right here lower the lowest HP possible. Put her in the F1 slot. I know this isn't a good example, but I can explain it. Put her in the F1 slot. Have the Blair attack the Blair. And then I would let the Blair heal herself every single time. The Linky, I'm hoping for RNG wise, she gets the reduction on attack as Blair as much as possible, and the Estels replicate that specific one, and the armor debuff by Sonya, and that keeps the Blair alive with the attack reduction a lot so in the later rounds. And also, if you have pink sets and put it on Psychic and put it on heal, that will also keep your Blair alive, but it's mostly Linky that's keeping that Blair alive from the higher levels of Sky Island teams, kind of like this stuff. So, all right, now I'm just going to show some screenshots. I'm not going to talk during them. I'm just going to let it play, and you can watch them, see how much damage she does. And thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.